What experience do you have to have starting in this program?
0. Just because you're working on a car or SUV or a truck in here, that's not the end of the road. You want to go work on Class 8 trucks, you want to paint boats, watercraft, you name it, motorcycles. The industry is open for what you want to do. If there's paint on it, we can put it back on there, right? If there's not paint on it, we can still put it back on there.
And there is no show vehicle anywhere in the world that anyone has built that didn't start with a first day like this.
The fundamentals. We get to give them little dings and dents. We start them off real small, but then from there, depending on what kind of attitude they give us, we can hit it harder. No, just kidding. So what we do is we'll go through and we start them off with more like a hail style dent, and then we'll work that up to about a 4 to 6 hour dent. You bet. They'll learn how to pull that out properly and use their filler to recontour the shape of that panel and get that ready to go off to primer or paint.
Body shop standard.
Body shop 101. They've already removed some door skins. They're going to get to the point where they got to remove the quarter panels and learn how to properly remove them. Those skills from welding and squeeze type resistant spot welding, how that was put on from the factory, is key to identify how to remove that. They have to load up our car soft here and understand how to read it, where to put your pinch weld clamps.
And that's it's loaded with makes and models?
Yes, sir.
That is?
Yep, and it's right on the cloud, like everything. So if we have a vehicle,
they
update it, we're plugged right into the net. So whatever we're working on, we plug in there, it brings up the sheet.
Dang, man.
The data sheet, and we
So there ain't a make and model you can't service?
There's not. There's not.
Awesome.
We'll go through door openings under the hood so we can do the top and bottom and actually show them how to do a repair on it as well. While they're at it, all of these vehicles that we bring in usually have some type of damage on them. So after they're done identifying the damage, they have to write a repair plan on how to repair this.
That's awesome, man. You could take this and go to a body shop as a service writer.
As a service writer, parts manager, what do you want to do? If you don't want to be the guy out there in the shop tearing down, maybe there's other opportunity in the office.
Still need the knowledge, man.
That's all you need.
Still need the knowledge.
Students can still bring in live work, so if they get to a certain point and it matches up with our curriculum and the instructors think there's enough time to get it in and get it out,
their own fender benders
they can do their own work on their own project.
That's cool. This car right here, so it's shiny right now, beginning of class, and it won't look like that here in a couple weeks. They'll ding it, they'll dent it, and then we'll all, like I was on a crew of, there's 4 of us, so we all got our own corner, and then, like I had a quarter in a rear door, and then they'd come in and do damage to that, and it was my job to make that look good on the car. So you didn't get graded for the whole car, the way we did it. You got graded for your work, So depending on how far above and behind the rest of the class were, it's really set up for you to go at your pace.
Yeah. And another thing that's covered in here is welding. So we do a lot of welding in here.
Sheet metal.
Our welding area is around the corner. We'll go look at that here in a minute. We do a lot of welding in here that meet or exceeds the ICAR standards. We have a gauge we measure everything with, and we do it 100% by the book. So if they learn those skills here, they should be able to go out there and be able to know what they're doing. Your lap welds, your butt welds, your plug welds, all of that's done in this area, in the collision area. And the welding program that we're going to go see is above and beyond all that. So we're talking more heavy industrial. We're talking.
And this is going to be the welding class. Like this is just the welding area for collision.
This is welding area for collision, where they're just
welding
learning.
Is a part of their comp schedule, right?
It is.
Like
it
small welding, like kind of an intro to welding, right?
It's a good way to put it.
Really,
you bet.
Yeah. You do not have to know how to be a welder to get in that welding shop.
You're only using a MIG welder over here as well.
The hardest part of my whole experience was signing up to go to WyoTech.
Yeah.
Because I was scared to look stupid. I was nervous about what I didn't know. And that set me aside from the rest of the students that were in my classes. The ones that had experiences had picked up some bad habits that I hadn't yet. Yeah. So I came in green and left ready for the industry, you know? So WyoTech is good for all ranges of people. If you want to go back and better yourself and go to where I don't want to work at a body shop anymore, I'd like to understand the inner workings of how to run one. You can learn that here as well, you know?
For me, it was the specialties piece, the customizing piece that I really wanted, and is the best thing I ever did. After they're done repairing it, then we focus on primer and paint. masking, metal prep, or paint prep, getting it ready to go into the paint booth to be primed and protect everything with proper masking techniques, right? So like plastic repair is being covered right now over here. So where they had to do probably a cut through and a gouge on this, do a plastic repair on it, and probably repair a tab. And then they'll go through, do the repair. You can see kind of where the repair may have been right here actually. They may have to go in and reprime that, block that out, seal it, base it, clear it.
Whole experience.
The whole, from beginning to end. You can go into just about anything that needs to be repaired, you have those skills. You know, that's one of the things I've noticed, especially if you're auto, diesel, collision. If you pick up just skills on how to work with your hands, you don't even have to stay in this industry. You can go be a plumber, you can go be a carpenter. I think just having that skill set and that thought process, you can be successful no matter what you do. So there's denibbing, right, which is more OEM style, or just scuffing it a little bit to get the texture to match. Or we're gonna make them take those top panels and show them what just a little bit more sanding and polishing and get that mirror-like finish, and there you go, you just had your first show car right there. Cool. So we show them those steps, and it takes it, and we tell them, it doesn't matter whether you're doing a $100,000 show car to just that average in and out daily driver, the concept is still there, and this is how you achieve those steps. But let's go into this room right here. This is where our paint booths are. So we have the two booths here. We have a walk-in booth actually down at the end of the hallway. So if they're painting just parts, they can carry them in down there. Right now, this is set up for fenders. So right now, these students are going through putting paint jobs on these fenders and getting them ready, because coming in the next few weeks, we have a PPG representative that comes in and does the paint test with them through PPG. So they'll have to do a scratch, do a spot repair on it, do a blend procedure, and actually show the color matching process. And they'll have the opportunity to get signed off and get a PPG's painter certification coming out of WyoTech.
No joke.
Yes, sir.
So that you can be certified through PPG?
Coming out of WyoTech, yes, sir.
Which is resume padding.
That's resume. You build your resume while you're here. We do a little powder coating. So anything that fits in that oven, we can powder coat.
Nice, wheels and stuff?
Wheels, suspension parts, those seem to be the two most popular. And then another part of the program that people get really excited about, the students get excited about, is we've introduced a little bit of vinyl wrapping.
It feels like I just woke up from like a 10-year dream, brother. I feel like I'm right back in my old stomping grounds, and watching the repair work happen in real life and then seeing the students' interaction with it just reminded me of how far I've come. I'm not only seeing the advancements that's already be made, but I'm really proud to see that I'm watching them in real time too.